And we are live. Good evening, everybody. As always with these live playthroughs, please let us know in the chat if you can hear us and see us okay. And welcome to a 4-player tutorial and playthrough of Oltree, or Oltree, depending on whether it's got accents over the E's or not. Rick's with us.
Hello.
Rob. Hello. And Paul.
Hello.
As I say, let us know if you can hear us and see us okay. And yeah, I'm going to be teaching these three how to play, because none of you know how to play. And we're going to be playing through the first chronicle that comes with the game, which is the short one. Probably takes us about an hour and a half. There are 5 other chronicles with the game, all of which are longer than this one. I think this is 5 chapters or 6 chapters or something. The other ones are about 10.
Okay.
But apparently they take about 90 minutes once you know what you're doing. Before we start, just a couple of things. Please turn on your Klingon subtitles. If we make any mistake, I mean, don't turn them on if you're watching live because there won't be any. But if you're watching this back afterwards, turn them on, because if we make any mistakes that aren't picked up during the live playthrough, I will add some annotations. And secondly, a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. This isn't a sponsored playthrough, so these videos are only possible thanks to the support of the Patreon campaign. Yeah, if you want to support the channel directly, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. Right.
Cool.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
So this is a fully cooperative game. It's actually based on a role-playing game.
Okay.
Called Oltree.
This
is designed by Antoine Bowser. It's a cooperative game. As I say, there are 6 chronicles with the game. We're going to be playing the first one, which is called Open Doors. This will read like a book, and at a certain point in the game, we're going to open the book. Oddly enough, and I got this wrong the first time I played, I opened this at the start of the game because I thought that's what you should do.
Opening the book.
Apparently you don't. Apparently you start the game with it closed. This is the adversity marker. It's going to move along this track and then back to the start. And only when it gets back to the start for the first time, that's where we turn over the page of the book. Okay.
Fewer 4 turns.
So you've got a bit of time before that happens. If that's wrong, there'll be Klingon subtitles on screen. But that's what I've
You got it confirmed,
subsequently found out.
Right.
Only because somebody posted about it on BGG and said, "Oh, I got this wrong." But the rulebook does say when this gets round to there, you do the first thing. So it's kind of in there, right? As well as the chronicle, you also choose an assignment card. There are a whole bunch of assignment cards included in the game. 3 of them are for the short chronicle, and the rest of them are for the long chronicle. So when you're playing the short chronicle, you've got to choose a short chronicle assignment card. And when you're playing a long chronicle, you choose one of the long ones. The number of crows is the difficulty level. And just before we started the stream, we all decided that we were going to play on hard. So we did. Rick wasn't here.
Yeah. I'm happy for that.
So we're playing on the hard difficulty, and this is quite a challenging game. So
Okay.
so it's going to be tough. But these are 3 different goals that we can try and accomplish. And I've got these markers. You're not supposed to put them here, but I'm putting them here. And when we've accomplished a goal, we put that on there. All I will say is, at the end of the chronicle, there's going to be something that happens. I've played it before, so I know the story. And the more goals that we've completed, the better chance we have of succeeding at the end. Okay? Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to go through this chronicle. When we get to the last page, there is a do this and you win. And if you don't manage to do it in time, and in time means this has gone back here, you lose.
Right.
Okay.
So when we get to the last part, we basically have a few turns left to succeed.
Right. The better we've done at that, the more likely
And
we'll
the better, yeah, exactly right. Okay. So thematically, we are rangers, and this is what's called a satrapy. I don't know what
One of them.
One of those. It's divided into 8 regions, which are numbered, and the fortress. The 8 regions and the fortress are known as zones. So there are 9 zones in the game.
Okay.
These are the regions. These are these. And in each one, there are 3 incidents. Now, on the assignment card, you will notice that there's 2 colours, 2 icons on the left and right of the crows, brown and grey. Those indicate the incident cards that you use in this game.
Okay.
So this is the incident deck, and it comprises of brown and grey ones.
Right,
There's
shuffle.
actually 3 other colours included, and you use different colours of cards. So it could be that the brown and grey ones are harder
because of this
than the yellow and green ones. It could be. I don't know.
I see.
We've got 3 incidents in each of the regions. We also have a space where you can get help from the community. Okay? But on that space, there might be a problem.
No.
If there's a problem, which will be face up, but I'm just going to put it face down for now, it means you cannot get the help of the community.
Right.
Okay? If that space is covered over.
Can you fix the problem?
You can fix the problem. You can fix the problem. You can fix the incidents. You can build stuff in here. Okay? These are the buildings that can be built. The cost to build them is shown on there. We're going to be collecting resources. Rick's in charge of the resources. There are 5. There's a plant. There is fire. There's stone.
I guess.
There's furs. Looks like a horse's tail.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Foxtail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Foxtail. And there's treasure.
Treasure.
That one?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, so they are all resources. Whenever you see that icon, which looks like a horn, it refers to any of those 5.
Wild.
But you will notice, if you look at the cost of building stuff, treasure is not included.
Where's the cost of building things? These things?
Oh, these.
Yeah, the cost of building all of the buildings is shown on the building. Treasure is not included. So although treasure is a resource, it cannot be used to build any of the stuff.
Okay.
Because one of the common questions on BGG and what I asked is, well, surely this is a wild card because it looks
It's
like gold.
treasure.
Gold's a wild card in
Yeah.
every Euro game. No, it's not. So you might think, well, what's the point of treasure? Treasure will be useful for other things, but not for building stuff. Okay. Any resources that we gather go in here. It's a central pool, so when you gather it, it goes in here. Anybody can use it. Okay. The only thing that's unique to us, or not unique to us, the only thing that's personal to us is provisions.
Bread.
You can have a maximum of 3. You can use it to re-roll dice. We'll come on to more details later on. But essentially, we take it in turns. We decide who's going to start. We might as well just roll the dice. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. So I'm going first. And on your turn, you do 2 things. We'll jump in and start playing, and we'll explain all of these other bits as we go on.
Okay.
The first thing that you do at the start of each player's turn, there's no rounds as such, we literally just take turns one after another. So at the start of your turn, you roll the adversity die. There is 1 dot, there's 1 double arrow, and there's 4 single arrows. Tells you how far this advances. 1 arrow. If it was a dot, we treat it as 1 arrow,
right?
Because it can never stay here.
On the Chronicle.
On the Chronicle. If it was here, the dot would mean it stays there. If it was here, the dot means it stays there.
Okay.
If it's here, the
And
dot
you do
means it
that
stays
action
there.
again.
And you do that action again.
Right.
But on the Chronicle, the dot is treated as if it was 1 arrow.
Okay.
Right,
Okay. This is the incident space. As soon as the adversity marker moves to the incident space, we check to see how many regions are perilous. And we lose 1 prestige for each perilous region. So, we don't have any perilous regions at the moment. We're about to get one, so I'll explain that in a minute. Prestige, if it goes to 0, we lose the game.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Where do we start?
Sort of pandemic.
We are on 3.
A little bit, I
3.
guess.
Okay. Certain buildings that we can build will increase the prestige. You'll notice there's a little prestige symbol on them. Okay. So that's the first thing that happens. We lose 1 prestige for each perilous region. The next thing we do is we roll a d8 and we get a new incident in Region 6. Region 6 now has 4 incidents. Because there's 3 already. That is the 4th.
Yeah.
When a region has 4 incidents, it becomes perilous.
Oh, what do you need?
Red shield.
Red shield.
Okay, that is a perilous region. It can never have more incidents added to it. I don't know what happens if you do roll a 6 again. I'll check.
Yeah, to blow up like pandemic.
I don't think so.
Okay. Good.
Okay, so that's a perilous region. How do we stop it being perilous? We go there and fix one of the incidents.
Right.
And as soon as it goes down to less than 4, it's no longer perilous.
I mean, perilous sounds like something's going to happen if it goes there again.
Yeah, I'll check.
Do we have to do these in order?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And we have to have our turns in order.
We have to have a turn.
I
Right.
can't just choose
You
them
can
up.
just imply that the regions become unstable, so therefore our prestige is taking a hit because we're not controlling the region safely.
I'll have a look what happens if you roll it again. Now I get to do 2 actions. The 2 actions that I take are known as regular actions, and they must be different.
Okay.
There's lots of different actions that you can do. Also, if you have 2 provisions, you may buy a bonus action, which might be the same as one of the regular actions. So you can do the same action twice, but only through a bonus action. Now, before we get going too much, let's just go on to our characters. There are 8 characters included in the game. We have chosen, I'm playing Berenice. Let's just zoom in. I'm a builder. I've got a craftsman. What's that?
Her face looks like bread.
I've got the craftsman icon on here, which means whenever I'm doing a craftsman check, I get a +1. Oh, hang on, we got somebody who we need to ban. These YouTube bots are getting very weird.
Yeah, and they're weird comments.
It's
they
weird
put.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no point hiding them because, yeah, anyway. And I've got a special ability. So my special ability is that I can perform build or repair bonus actions. Oh, I can perform a build or repair bonus action if I'm in the fortress. Right. Okay, so that's nice. So basically, I get 1 extra action per turn, which I can use to build if I'm in the fortress.
Okay.
So I'm going to be the one doing the building. Each ranger also has a health track, which is either 4 or 5, depending on the ranger. So I have 5 health. Now, you'll notice at some point on the track there is a no entry sign. That means that once your health marker reaches there or is lower, your ability switches off.
Oh.
Some of them it's right near the top, like yours, and some of them it's right near the bottom. There's one character who it's right near the bottom. Okay, so that's my character. Paul, what have you got?
I'm Conrad, and Conrad's 2 regular actions can be the same.
Oh, right. So you ignore that rule that I just said.
Rule breaker.
I'm Gaspard, and I can take one of my actions can be to take a resource with the little horn symbol, so it's any one
resource.
Any one resource.
But only if you're in a region.
Yep.
Okay. I'm Ernest. Not the comedian guy. But he's dedicated, and when Ernest resolves a problem, he gets a bonus action. Call on the community of the region where the problem has been resolved.
Right.
Ooh, nice.
So when you
fix a problem, you get what's
immediately
underneath.
get to do the thing. Right. I've just checked, and if you were to add an incident card to a region that's perilous, you ignore it. You don't put it on a different one instead.
Okay, so that's good.
So let's get them all perilous.
Yeah.
No,
That's,
no, let's not.
Immediately lose because the peril knocks down our prestige.
Right. So things that you can do. One action you can do is to move. You move to an adjacent zone. So from the fortress, you can move to any of the regions. From a region, you can either move back to the fortress, or you can go to an adjacent region.
and that's an action.
That's an action to move.
Is there a player reference card?
No.
Okay.
There was when we played in Essen,
Right.
but it didn't make it into the box.
Okay.
If you roll a perilous region again, nothing happens. Thank you very much, Miwi. Second thing you can do is you can call for help from the community and basically get the bonus there. Now, that's get fire, that's get plants, that's get fur, that's get prestige, that's increase the defence. If defence goes to 0, we die. That's get stone. That's change any number of resources for any other resources.
Okay.
And that's heal to full.
Right.
So that's the call from the community. Right. Third action, solve a problem. Problems will always be face up. So we'll get to those in a minute, but solving one of them is an action. Dealing with an incident is an action, and it's face down, and the player to your left will read it, because then there's choices and stuff like that, and you're not supposed to know. If you're in the fortress, you can build by paying the cost printed on something. You can build it. I think that might be it.
We start with any resources other than a bit of bread.
We start with nothing.
A loaf of bread and a can-do
Now,
attitude.
let's just have a look at that assignment card again, because I'm going to explain how we do those things. The first goal is to have 2 secured regions. The second goal is to have a prestige of 5 or more and 1 secured region, which has to be a different secured region to... And then the last one is to have 1 secured region and to spend 2 treasure.
Spend 2 treasure.
Yeah. So how do you secure a region?
So we need 4 secure
So we need
regions.
4.
If we want to do all 3 of those goals, we need 4 secure regions. So to secure a region, you need to do 2 things. You need to have cleared it of incidents. It doesn't matter if there's a problem there or not. You've just got to clear it of incidents. And you need to build one of the towers on the corner touching the region. As soon as you've done that, the area is secure.
So
And
that
get
number
to
3 is secure, for
3
example.
area, yeah.
And number 2 could be secure if we clear all them, so we have to build 1 tower for 2.
1 tower will do 2 adjacent regions.
Cool.
Okay, and then we take a green shield, we say this area is secure, and that goes on there. It can never get another incident. Once it's secure, it is permanently secure.
That's good.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that is how you make an area secure. The problems, you don't actually need to fix them. Okay? In this particular game,
But I'd probably want to.
you might want to, but on the medium setting, the middle goal was to solve 3 problems.
Okay.
A problem being on there literally just stops that from happening, but there's no other effect.
But that would stop you from building these.
It would potentially stop. But we've got Gaspard. And Gaspard's ability is, if he's in a region, he can take any 1 resource. So with Gaspard, that's really useful, because if that goes, we can just say, well, that's fine, you can just get some plants from somewhere else. Okay? I think that might be all of the actions.
Okay.
Now, my special ability is that I can do build as a bonus action if I'm in the fortress. However, at the start of the game, we ain't got anything.
You've got any resources?
We ain't got any
no
resources.
to build.
So there's no problems to solve.
Resolving these incidents, what kind of things do we need? Resources? Or don't we know?
No, usually profession checks.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to try and resolve one of these incidents.
Okay.
Now, when you know the game, because they've all got names on the back, once you know the game really well, you might get to know a bit what they do. But what's interesting is there's 2 of each card in the deck. So there's 2 nomadic tribes.
You don't know which one's which.
Exactly, you don't know which one's which.
If you've done one of them, you'll know what the other
bloodstains.
one is.
But I'm tempted to go here
To reduce that down.
and just do this one. So my first action is going to be to move to region 6, and my second action. So you read that out to me.
Okay. Bloodstains. As you try to determine what species the dark fluid belongs to, you hear a loud roar from behind you. Rawr. You wheel around to discover a gorgon that is wounded and angry.
Oh dear.
Oops.
So you got, looks like crossed swords and a helmet symbol.
Right, so there's 4 different types of tests in the game. Soldier, crafting, travelling, and scholar. The fortress is giving us 1 die, and my character will get an extra die in crafting. So it's making me do a soldier check, so I get 1 die.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the dice, there's blanks on them, which is no successes. There are successes, which are successes. And you can exert yourself by taking the damage to get a success. Right, there's only 1 of them on there. So there's 3 blanks. Okay?
Right.
I'm only rolling 1 dice. Now, you're not allowed to tell me the outcomes, but what you are allowed to tell me is if there's an outcome that requires 2 successes or 1 success.
Yes, there's 2, 1, and failure.
Right, okay. But I can't get 2 successes with my character.
Can you not roll that dice and do the exertion? Or is that...
It's exertion for 1 success.
Oh, I see.
Okay, but if you were there, you'd be rolling 2 dice on this. Okay, so I'm just rolling 1 dice. Okay, I've got a success.
1 success.
And again, you can spend provisions to re-roll any number of dice. I don't need to, but if I'd rolled a blank and I was desperate, I could have spent the provisions. So I've got a success.
Yeah, okay.
1 success.
You are nearly gored and run away without waiting for more. That's it.
Done.
Well done.
And that is no longer perilous.
So, yeah,
Because that's gone. Because it's now 3.
Because there's now 3.
Yep.
That's my go done.
Okay.
So if you want to roll the adversity die first. Okay,
Stay where we are.
it is. So you roll the d8. It's a good job I got rid of that. So roll the d8 to see where the incident arrives.
This is a 6.
It's an 8.
8.
So that goes onto there.
Gosh, we get 1 every person's turn.
He's now perilous.
On this thing.
No, we rolled the
Yeah,
adversity
because of
die.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've been lucky in a way because he's rolled the dot because the timer is this. Effectively, you've bought us an extra turn by rolling the dot.
So I have 2 die if it turns out being a
If
check.
you were to
for
do
that.
a scholar check, you get 2 die.
Okay.
Now, how do we get extra dice? Is by building these buildings. Okay, so
Okay.
constructing these buildings is going to get us
Yeah.
extra dice for the check.
we want
It costs
resources.
us, and then that's what it provides us.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, as we don't have resources, I may as well go and attack this. Go there.
We want to
some
get resources at some
wanna
point.
We
get
do want to
resources.
get resources.
What do we want to build?
Let's.
What should we build?
So we've got these symbols. So that's sort of like, is that reroll?
Yeah, so let's go through the basic ones first.
Okay.
These 4 these 4 buildings just gives you 1 extra dice for each of the checks. These 4 buildings are improved versions. They give you 1 prestige when you build them and give you 1 extra dice for each of the checks. These have got special abilities.
Okay.
It increases defense by 3, that increases prestige by 3. Don't know. That gives you all re-rolls, including the adversity die.
So
This one has no benefit whatsoever. So I think this is for a special... This is maybe for one of the other scenarios.
Okay.
And then there's the towers.
Well, I think then, bearing in mind that library would be good for me anyway, and also we're going to need a tower.
Library would be good for everybody.
Yeah. So, yes. Good. Okay.
So you need some leaf.
So we need some leaf.
Get
Which
leaf
is-
from here.
Yeah. So if I go to
So first action, move to there.
Number
Second
3.
action, get help from the community.
Here you go.
And get a leaf. We put it on there.
On there.
There you go. That's it.
good.
2 actions done. Rob's go.
Okay.
And hopefully you don't roll the dot. It's an arrow. Okay, so we get to explain problems. So you roll the d8, and a problem arrives in that region. Problem has arrived in region 1. Now, problems are always face up. So this is roughed up. The villagers are being terrorised by a belligerent giant who has taken up residence near their village. Ooh. Okay, now this is a combat check or a soldier check, but it requires 2 successes. But those 2 successes do not need to be at the same time.
Okay.
So if you go there and only get 1 success, that's what the white cubes are for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once there's 2 on there, that goes. But again, in this particular assignment, there is no requirement for us to get rid of these.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So my first action, I'm going to move out to region 8. The second action, I'm going to try and catch those runaway slaves.
Okay.
Cheeky
So
slaves.
you read that for Rob.
Runaway slaves. This group has been on the move for several months. They would like to live in the fortress and help it grow. You either invite them to the fortress or you leave them to their fate.
And this is where you're not allowed to tell Rob anything about what those choices would do. You can't give any indication as to which one would be good or bad.
No, but it looks like I would need to read them out.
No.
No? Okay.
I choose.
You will once Rob has chosen.
Okay, so you
give him the choices and he tells you what he wants to do.
Yeah. All right.
Right. Slaves need to be saved. They're coming to the fortress.
So you can invite them to the fortress?
Yes.
Okay.
What if they've got the plague?
Spend 2 resources.
Oh, right, okay.
You see what I mean? I should have read it. I need to read this out, really.
Do we not have... Well, okay.
Because basically you've got an option. If you want to invite them to the fortress, you have 2 options. And if you want to leave them on their own, there's one thing happens. It's not a check.
Yeah, or spend 1 resource. What if you don't have any resources whatsoever?
And you've chosen to invite them, and you just can't do it. I would imagine that you read those out and choose which you would like to do.
Yeah, possibly. But we do have a resource.
We have one.
We have this.
We have one.
Because it does say...
Scott leaves Rob's mics off.
No, Rob's mic's on. He's just quiet. Yeah. Should be on. Thanks for letting us know. It says
How's
here...
that now?
Say again, Rob.
How's that now?
Should be all right. They're all at the same level. So in the rules it says... Reading an incident. When the card gives you a choice, do not read the consequences of each choice out loud. Let the player make their choice, and once they've made it, read only the consequence that corresponds to their choice.
Oh, great. Okay, fine.
But in this case, it's a little odd because...
It's two options.
Yeah. First option is spend 2 resources, which we don't have.
Okay, so or you can spend 1 resource and set up a makeshift camp within the fortress, and you gain 1 prestige.
We'll do that.
So that's what you have to do, I guess. Spend 1 resource.
Okay, so we spend the resource.
Oh,
And gain a prestige.
Gain a prestige.
What's 4? Okay, sorted. That's your 2 actions done.
Right.
Right, so it moves to an event. So you draw the top event, put it there, and read it out.
Water damage. Water seeps into foundations of several buildings, weakening them. Discard 1 stone. If there's countdown, lose 1.
Okay.
Thingamajig.
Events. That's an immediate effect. Some of the events are ongoing effects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Rick, you got 2 actions.
Well, we lost our resource, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it?
Yes.
We want to try and get resource for your turn so you can build.
So I can build.
Nip back in and
That's
build.
great. Yeah,
I mean-
I'm happy to just stay here and build.
I mean, I can't really resolve that problem. I don't really want to resolve that problem anyway, because all it is swapping resources for another one, and that doesn't really help me. So I'll just steal what Paul did, really, I guess, and go over here and get a leaf.
Okay, right. I go.
Sound.
Right, Chronicle.
Aha.
Okay, so we
Chronicles
advance
of
the
Narnia.
Chronicle. Chapter 1. At the gates, you set up camp within the crumbling walls of a once dazzling fortress. The observatory, a massive building, has somehow withstood the ravages of time and still contains several shelves of astronomical treatises, as well as a number of esoteric works. Place the observatory building on the game board, built side up, for free.
Oh,
Observatory. There we go.
That's why I think it's odd that you don't do that at the start of the game, because we're already in the fortress. Seems a bit odd.
yeah, in fact, we're all out.
We're out the fortress now. Building side up.
Yeah.
That
So
side?
we gain a prestige.
Pop it down near
I'll
the...
pop it down there. So
Yeah, so it's all the book symbols are close to each other.
Yep. Good
okay.
idea.
And then there's a little picture of this part of the story.
Ah,
Right. Okay. So my 2 actions I will deal with this,
Okay.
or try to.
You're going to build?
So he's dealing with that first.
I'm dealing with that
then
first.
Then he'll move, and his bonus action will be to build.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Escape! A criminal has escaped from the watchful eye of his guards and disappeared into the wilderness. He was spotted in the area by locals. You try to find him in order to bring him to justice. So you got the star-shaped one.
Yep.
Skill test, which is just a success or failure.
I just need one success. Well, unfortunately, I'm rolling 1 dice again.
Which is the one from the fortress.
But you could spend a health.
I'm not going to. No,
Didn't roll it.
I didn't roll it.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not going to spend a provision to re-roll. So
Okay.
just failure.
You tire of following a trail that leads you nowhere, so it looks like a minus hourglass.
Oh, I lose a second action. Oh.
You tire of
Sad
leads you
time.
nowhere.
Can't move. I've lost an action. Yeah. Right, that's my go done.
Yeah, because you can't use your bonus.
No. It's an arrow, so we go along. Do we have any perilous regions? We don't. So if we roll the d8, we get a new incident.
5.
5, which makes that perilous. Right, 2 actions.
Hmm. I wonder if we should go over and get some. We need some fire.
You can do with the second leaf.
Yeah, we could really, I guess.
We need all sorts of resources.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could build potentially, couldn't you?
That means going back again.
Go back. Go back. I could go in and
Gathering
build.
resources.
Yeah.
It's better for me to
Someone else
walk around, isn't it? So I'll take a leaf.
First action, get the help from the community to gather some trees. Second action,
Second.
Approach that incident.
Yeah. Nomadic
nomadic
tribe.
tribe.
We can be friends.
You cross paths with a tribe of pasteurs. Both men and horses are in bad shape. You watch them in secret for a time before approaching them and discover that they suffer from a contagious disease.
Ooh. COVID.
Yeah. You need to make a scholar check. Now, this is perfect for you because you've got 1 dice, 2 dice, and 3 dice because you are a scholar.
I am a scholar. Scholar
Now,
Conrad.
there is a bonus for 2 successes. There's 1 success and there's failure. So if you can get 2 successes, that'd be great.
You have
So
one.
you could, if you wanted to, spend a provision to re-roll any number of dice.
I reckon that's worth it.
Yeah, it's got to be
It's up
as
to
an
you.
extra, isn't it? It's got to be worth
Any
that.
number of dice.
I believe so.
Reroll the 2 blacks.
I believe
Reroll
it is spend a provision. Spend 1 to re-roll the dice of their choice. It is possible to spend several provisions during the same test.
Okay, so it's 1 provision per die.
No, roll the dice of their choice.
Oh, right. Okay, dice. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, multiple. Okay.
Hey.
3.
3 successes. Okay. You recognise the symptoms of the disease and recommend a common curative plant that grows in the satrapy. The pastors thank you and offer you a gift. So we get a treasure
Nice.
and we get a prestige. Now, just a quick note about the prestige. If it ever gets to 8 and we gain prestige, we actually gain a treasure. And the defence, if it's at 8 and we gain a defence, we can resolve an incident.
Right.
I think that's what
For
that
free?
is. For free.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, that's me done.
Okay. My 2 actions. I'm going to...
Dice first.
Oh, yep.
Sorry.
It moves 1. So we roll the dice to see where there's a problem.
Number 2.
Okay. And we flip it up and read it. And we can no longer collect fire from there.
Reported missing. A lumberjack has gone missing. He left to cut wood in a remote forest and no one has seen him since. It's an exploration.
So the lumberjack is not okay.
He's not okay.
The lumberjack is not okay.
I've got that star thingy, so at least I can roll 2 dice on that.
Okay. So my 2 actions. First action will be to gather some stone.
So you can gain anything if you wanted to.
You can spend 1 of his regular actions to gain anything.
Any
So
resource.
my first action, I'm taking a stone because
Yep.
I can't do the same action twice.
Correct. So you're getting help from the community.
Yep. Then my second action, I'm using my ability. I'm going to take a fur so we can build the inn next.
Nice. We now have resources. Okay.
Okay.
Wasn't someone's ability to get a resource if they end their turn in the forest? Not quite end their turn, but it's Gaspard. He spends 1 of his regular actions to get any 1 resource.
Okay.
Single arrow, so we get an event.
Unrelenting rain. So we had water damage, now we've got unrelenting rain.
Let the rain's come.
A heavy cold rain prevents any type of outdoor activity. The actions build and repair are not possible.
Oh,
This what? Wow, okay.
God, what?
Seriously? So this game is basically, Paul, choose a character with a special ability that you will never be able to use
Yeah.
the entire game. So until this event has gone, we can't build or repair.
All the way round.
And we don't get a new event until we get all the way
Well,
around.
Unless we roll the dot, then we will get another one, I guess.
correct.
Okay, yeah.
2 actions.
2 actions. Well, I can't build, so... I might... Well, okay.
I'm glad somebody got my lumberjack reference.
I'm going to move here then and try and resolve the problem, because that's what my guy does.
He's a problem solver.
He is. He gets a bonus action if he does.
So he's getting 3 dice for this one, or 2.
2 dice.
2 dice.
1 for the character and 1 for that.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, go on then.
So you're going to exert yourself by taking a damage to get 2 successes, which clears the problem,
Yeah,
and then your special ability kicks in.
which gets me a fire. Gets a fire.
Bonus action to take a fire.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay? Right, my go. So
Transporting sacks of fire into the fortress.
we want to roll a dot.
Try and warm us up. It's raining.
It's not a dot, it's a double arrow. You can't do a double arrow
Yeah.
when you're on the end. So a double arrow on the end becomes a single arrow.
Corner. Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
A few days after you settle in, a guard awakens you in the middle of the night. In the middle of the courtyard, a mysterious portal glows with a pulsing intensity. A curious volunteer jumped through the portal and emerged a few minutes later with a wide grin and his arms loaded with riches. So, there is a portal that's opened up. Let's put it here. Some of your more daring elements go through the portal. I think elements, friends, whatever.
Yeah.
Go through the portal and come back. We get 3 resources of our choice.
Oh,
Nice.
So that's the only one
Okay.
I want.
What do we want?
So I'll probably say
what don't we have yet?
we've got enough for the inn. We've got enough to build.
1 tower.
Got another fur, maybe?
One
I'll say let's try and build the advanced buildings here. What happened to the other one?
The
observatory.
Oh,
observatory
you flipped it over.
It was there, yeah.
That's fine.
for free.
So to build the forge, the inn, and the factory, we need 3 fur, 1 fire, 1 plant, 1 stone. We've got a fire, plant, and stone, and 1 fur. So if we take 2 more fur, we've now got enough to build all 3 of the advanced buildings. And then we've got 1 more resource. Let's take a plant. We've got enough to start building a tower to lock things down.
Another plant.
Would be my suggestion.
Yeah,
Sure.
We've then got enough to build two of the towers as well.
Okay.
We can only build the tower once we've cleared all the incidents.
No, you can build the tower now, but it won't have any effect on the regions.
Okay.
So it can be worth doing it as soon as we've cleaned it.
As long as you don't lose your resources there, because you've already built it.
Okay, whose dice was that?
Mine.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
you-
I went and
yes.
I did this, didn't I? And then
You rolled it.
Yeah, so it's my
Oh,
dice.
so you rolled that
Yeah,
dice,
it's my
yeah.
turn. Yeah,
So
so we
yes.
can't build.
Let's stop. Let's clear.
So
Clear stuff then.
I'll just start clearing here.
Yeah.
can't do it twice though, can you? But you could get health. You can't get your health back. It's not damaged.
Yeah, so my second action would be to move to here, possibly.
Or the threatened one.
Oh, yeah.
Or back into the forge.
Hmm.
Because your build action, you can do it twice. Second
Because it's a bonus action.
Because it's a bonus action, yes.
Yep.
So resolving one of them, moving into there, probably be your best bet.
Yeah, but I can't build at the moment.
Yeah.
Because
But
of the rain.
depending,
But
by the
again,
time it gets round to you,
But it puts you ready.
Yeah, the question is, do we want to get rid of this one so it's not perilous?
Someone else can. Jump
Yeah,
out.
but Paul's about to roll his dice, and he might roll a single arrow.
and then you've got 1 in 8
So
chance.
I think I'm going to move here, and I'm going to
Okay.
get rid of that.
An armed squad. A detail from a neighbouring satrapy is transporting a cargo shipment through your lands. You show up to greet them and get to know them. So this just says, like, check your prestige, I guess.
Our prestige is 6.
So if prestige is 5 or more, the delegation pays his respects and a short conversation leads to the beginnings of a future alliance. Gain a prestige.
Nice.
That's it.
Okay, bargain. Right.
Okay. So how about this? My special ability, I can do 2 actions the same. If I were to make my way to this tower and use the people to build our
Up that.
defences, Can I just pump that until we get to this point,
Yeah.
and just pump it every turn, and we lose
Twice.
one of these? And for where we put the tower.
Just constantly.
Just bash them out. Yeah. Okay.
And that's the thing, even though it's the same story, in the same scenario, it plays differently depending on which characters you're using.
So you're going to roll a D8.
We have no perilous regions,
D8.
so let's see where we get a new incident. Disturbing cries.
4.
Like where you were.
Is that? Yep, that's now perilous. Okay. So 2 actions.
So 1 action to go there,
Yeah.
and the second action to pump up
thing
out. Doodah. Yep.
Don't forget. Oh, there is an action I forgot to mention. I knew there would be.
Aha.
Rest. If you rest, you get 1 provision and 1 health.
What's the repair?
That isn't really for this
Okay.
scenario. That's if something gets damaged.
Okay.
So there is a rest action which gets you a provision and a health. And the advantage of
see.
having 2 provisions is you can spend them to have a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to do the bloodstains. Oh, sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Roll the die first.
Nope. We have a problem.
We have a problem.
Don't put a
where's the
problem in
problem?
number 4. Don't put it in number 4.
5.
If we were to roll 1, by the way, it would go to 2.
Okay. All right.
Farms in disrepair.
A mudslide severely damaged a cluster of farms. Significant repairs are needed.
That's the build.
These are all quite
the build
difficult.
and repair.
Build is
Yeah,
good
which
for you
is
to
me.
fixing that. Yeah.
If we need to bother.
We need to develop the fort before
Yeah.
we're running out of time. So I'm going to clear the location I'm on.
Incident.
Yeah, let's do the incident.
Bloodstains. You carefully follow the traces into the undergrowth. In the undergrowth, where they become scattered. You search the I can't read it. I can't spell it. I can't say it. You search the preternaturally quiet surroundings so as not to lose your trail. It's a test,
Traveller test.
a travel test.
Rob has 1 dice for traveller tests.
Okay.
We really need to get those buildings built.
It's 2-1 or failure.
2-1 or failure.
It's a 0.
It's a 0.
Do you want to provision it or not?
I'll risk a provision. Let's
Okay.
try and get this done.
Hey!
Yes,
Success.
1 success. You lose the trail, but you find a mushroom patch. Gain a provision.
Oh, there you
There we
go.
go.
We didn't get the bad results.
No.
No,
Yeah.
you cleared 1 out. That's good.
Okay. That was your first action.
Okay, second action. What other resources do we think we might need?
Another
So yeah,
stone,
just
maybe?
just to go over, if you wanted to, you could rest right now, and then spend your 2 provisions to do another one of those. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying your bonus action can be a copy of one of your
I
regular
think we'll do
actions.
that.
Oh,
Let's
so
try,
might-
get, let's try and get one of these areas
Might be a
cleared.
good
So,
idea for me because I've taken
so
the
I
damage.
will rest. Get a second
We just
piece
need
of
to be
food,
careful of the areas that we're clearing the incidents off.
Spend 2 just
Because if we're clearing the incidents here, we also want to clear them here.
So I will spend the 2 food, and
Okay, so you're resting as your second regular action,
I'll go back in.
circling scavengers.
Circling scavengers. The scavengers have set their sights on a wandering family that has grown weak. The parents and children are nearly spent. You may either go out of your way to assist them or continue on your patrol.
I'm going right to assist them.
You're going to go help.
I'm a good man at heart.
Hey! You give them water and a snack you have in your saddlebag. Then you escort them to an inn where you leave them in safety, gain a prestige,
I am awesome.
We're up to 8.
but lose time.
Now,
I lose an action.
that
is
was your second action. So what happens? I've read this somewhere. I think you lay your figure down.
You lose an action
Or
for
stand
next
him
turn.
up in this case.
Yeah. Let me just find it in the rules. This didn't happen in any of my previous playthroughs, but I remember reading something about it.
Looking for the hourglass.
If anybody in the chat knows, let me know. Yeah, where did I read it? It's lose 1 action. Yeah, the rulebook's it's all in there. It's just sometimes a bit tricky to find.
I'm looking for that symbol anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for as well. But it might be
action
action,
symbol.
loss of an action. The ranger loses their next action. To indicate this, the player places their figurine on its side in the zone where it's located. Your next action is to place the figurine in standing position. Now we are
Do the
lying
opposite.
them down because it looks better
next
for the
action.
overhead. So we're going to stand it up. That means your next action is to
lay down.
Yeah, the opposite.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Okay, okay.
Let's try and get that flipping rain cloud.
Yes.
Don't roll the dot.
Don't roll the dot. Don't roll the dot.
Right. The rain has stopped and replaced by heavy thunderstorms.
Snow.
A bone-chilling wind. The winter wind blows day and night, chilling bodies and minds. Each ranger who performs a test loses a health after.
What test?
A test.
Oh,
Each player that does a test loses health afterwards.
wow.
Yes.
Okay,
So if you don't get a success,
if you don't do a test.
If you do a test.
If
you
do
lateral
any
flow
test.
test?
any
or-
test.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody that wants round to roll the dice,
Yeah.
you then take damage afterwards. Because
okay, for this whole
you
until
do anything-
until
Yeah.
until that round. Okay.
So, you've been clearing the things off there, therefore we particularly want to clear off the other one as well,
Yeah.
but that's got a problem.
The problem's irrelevant.
Problem's irrelevant.
Problem isn't going to stop us making the region secure.
Strange footprints, that's a test if ever I saw one.
other options, you get back in the fortress and now we just mass build buildings for this turn. So we're getting ourselves into a good strong position, then we can go back out and start clearing problems later.
I could build,
I'm going to build 2 buildings on my
Yes,
turn. That's the plan.
Yeah, we're going to have to build 3 buildings.
and I could build a
So
building.
if you'll get in there now, we can get all 3 of these built, and that will give us 3 treasure as well, because we're already at the top of our prestige.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to move in. It's one
First
action.
action.
Get out
Second
of
action, I'm going to rest. Get my health up, get a provision.
Yeah.
Spend both provisions, build.
Build what you're building.
Don't know, what do we want?
Well,
Any of the ones we got that we can buy.
pick one, because you're going to
Go with the one which is best for me. I'm going to get the
helping
inn.
Paul, isn't it?
Okay, fine, do the inn. So we spend a fur and a plant.
Fair enough, plan. We get the inn, our prestige goes to 8. No, our prestige is at 8.
Yep, so
So we get a treasure.
we get a treasure. And pop that, if you'll be so kind, near the star symbol.
Down here. There you go.
Yep. Paul,
That's me done.
get in there and
Right,
do your thing.
okay. I will try.
Get some building done.
Oh, a dot.
It's a dot. That's good.
That's good.
Perfect, we want this.
Unless it's, I can't build again.
Violent storms!
What? Is this the weather deck or the event deck?
Dark clouds blanket the satrapy. Powerful gusts of wind fell trees while heavy rains soak the soil. Rangers who finish their turn outside the fortress lose a health. Sorry.
Oosh.
Right. Carry on with the plan.
Yeah.
Go
Get
in.
inside and build
Go
like
in.
crazy.
I think that's what I'm doing, isn't
Move,
it?
build, build.
Unless we want to
No, let's just get these done.
get rid of this, move in.
No, let's look at the 2.
You got a bonus,
then,
haven't
then,
you?
You want this for dice?
then
for
we're testing
building
all
die.
4 dice, whatever happens.
Okay.
Sort of 3
So
dice,
first
whatever
action is to
happens.
move. Second action is to build, and then I will perform a bonus action to build again.
Factory and forge, because that gives us 2 more treasure as well.
Factory and workshop.
It does. I just don't
What do we
know.
want treasure
Do we
for?
need
want
the
2
treasure?
treasure for the last one, but that's it.
We've got the 2 treasure that we need for that.
So we could build the cheaper
I think
ones.
build the cheaper ones.
Okay. So what do I reckon then?
Well, the
So I'll
workshop's
build-
going to help building, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll build the workshop
And build the
and I'll
barracks.
build the barracks.
Nice.
Cool. There we go.
Right, so the barracks can go up here next to the portal, and the workshop can go.
So now we've got
Over here.
2 dice on all tests.
We have 2 dice on all tests, plus an extra one for our characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's my go done, and I'm inside,
Yep.
so I don't take any damage. Okay, Chronicle.
Chronicle.
Just as the garrison gets used to the portal's magical presence, the alarm sounds in the middle of the night. A band of tiny imps appear and cause trouble. So we're going to place
pixies.
3
I
imp
like that they got
tokens.
the picture showing what's going
What's
on.
going on?
the
Causing
other
the
side,
trouble.
yeah.
Yeah, cause the trouble, yeah, the imps.
Okay, so the imps have popped out.
Oh, hello.
The imps sow confusion within the fortress. Our defence goes down by 1.
Oof.
Wealth continues to flow in from the other side. We gain 2 resources.
Oh.
Okay, what do we want? Let's go for.
What we're missing? A stone.
So we need stone and fire.
fire.
That lets us build the big towers.
Yep.
So let's say a stone and a
Because
fire.
we need to get our defence sorted.
Yeah,
We really do.
yeah.
Well, I think that's what Paul's
Right,
going to
there
do.
is a temporary action. So while you're at the fortress, the new action is available to you. You can try and capture an imp. To do that, you perform a craftsman check. And if you succeed, you remove the imp token from the game. Now, what's not clear is what the benefit of removing those imps
Is
is.
it because they're using up a space?
Yeah.
Let me just tell you that we want to remove those imps. and I'll leave it at that. Okay, now, the normal rules for temporary actions on Chronicle cards is that when it gets covered over, that temporary action is no longer available. However, this is an exception. This temporary action is available as long as there is an imp on the board.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Okay, well, I'm going to take one for the team. So I'm going to start building defences. So I can take 2 actions the same, and I'm just going to take 2 of these actions.
So you're going to stay outside in the violent storm.
Stay outside in the storm with my cloak on, and
You know what I'd do one of these, maybe?
build. No, I think we're in danger of going down here.
Oh,
Didn't you
okay.
say it's a loss, isn't it? If we
It is a loss if we end up
lose
to-
game.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's only 2.
True.
Yeah, the fences
So-
crumble away.
Okay.
I think we need to.
You've done that action twice.
Done that
because
twice.
You're outside at the end of the turn, you
I
lose,
lose
a
a
health.
health, yeah.
Okay.
You can still,
And is it right to say that when I get to the no entry sign,
You can no
I
longer
can
use
no
your
longer
ability.
I can no longer do 2 of the same?
okay.
Okay, we move on. We lose a prestige because of the perilous region. And then we roll the dice to see where the new incident comes in. It's a 4, which means we ignore it.
It's just
Right, you get 2 actions. Your first action is to stand up.
Yep. Second action, I'm going to resolve the piece where I'm standing.
Nice. Here we go. A shadow in the sky. As the shadow dives towards the land, its shape grows clearer and more threatening. It is a ferocious manticore. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. The beast flies overhead and rushes towards the fortress.
Plop, plop, plop,
My
plop,
D&D
plop.
group would love this.
It's
Had
a
trouble with
fortification test.
We have 4. Is 4 enough?
If we have 4 or more,
Yes!
go Conrad. If we have 4 or more, the fortifications repel the creature and the damage caused by the manticore is minimal. Lose 1 fortification.
There we go.
Oh.
What happens if it was less than 4?
Otherwise, the manticore attacks a structure and flies off with a piece of roofing. A building is destroyed.
Right, okay.
Doesn't fly off with an imp, unfortunately.
That's my 2 actions. So I take a bit of damage, so I can't use my ability.
You can't use your ability now. Okay. There we go.
Oh, no free stuff.
But we've already got a ton of supplies.
Yeah.
Right, keep that there so we know whose turn it is.
Okay.
Because I'll forget.
Problem.
It is a problem.
It's going in 8.
8.
All over there.
So, yeah, goes there.
And it is a missing relic. Temple's relic has been stolen. Priest refuses to hold service until it is replaced. Treasure.
So go there, spend a treasure, fix it. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Or not bother. Okay, 2 actions.
What is the action over there? It's stone, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, this is still out, isn't it?
that is still out.
So you took that damage from that,
I
didn't
took
you?
that,
Yeah.
yeah. I got
Violent storms are still raging.
So I could do some more building.
Building or capture some of these
Or,
imps.
and building and
Or
slash
both,
or imp.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a craftsman
We've
icon,
got 2.
so I'm good at capturing the
We've
imps.
got 2 of these.
So I can build a temple.
Could build a
Which is
temple.
everyone gets free rerolls. Is that
Free
what that means?
reroll, even on the adversity die.
Oh, that's
It
nice.
says here, temple. Rangers may re-roll the location die and the adversity die once each roll. Oh, so it's not normal rolls. It's just the D8 and the adversity die.
But it stops it getting thing. But then we'll all try and get them, which is sort of what you want.
Okay, so yeah, it is a re-roll, but not for your normal dice. Still pretty good.
I think that's worth it, yeah.
And the dungeon we haven't got enough stone.
Nope.
Gardens, which is +3 prestige.
We could
but
build one of the little towers,
build a tower.
or we could build one of the big towers.
That also boosts the defences. We can do that there. Then
Stone
lock
and
that
fire.
one.
Gets us one of our things.
And this is...
Do we have to do these in order?
Nope.
Okay, so we've got the middle one then, haven't we?
Yeah,
If we will.
And we can, or the one on the right.
Yeah.
yeah, whichever.
Okay, so I'll build a tower.
So your first action is to build, and you're building one of the big ones.
Yep.
So we spend a stone,
A fire.
defense goes up by 1. Now that immediately makes that area secure.
Got the green.
Okay, there we go.
And then I'm going to try and grab an imp.
Okay, so it's a craftsman check.
Because you can't do the same action more than once, can you? You can't grab all the imps.
No.
Okay.
Probably do the build action
So
twice.
it's 2,
So what do I need to success? Just a success.
just a success. I think you're getting 2. Yeah.
Yeah, one for the building and
Well, yeah, one for the basic.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
But nothing negative happens.
Catch the imp. I'm trying.
Stupid imp.
I go.
They're fighting back somehow.
Double arrow.
oh no!
So we've skipped over the violent
No.
storms. And unfortunately,
That's a problem.
the alarm sounds again. This time, fearsome demon servants have come through the portal. After wounding a handful of guards, they settle near the fortress and appear to be waiting. Right.
Ooh.
On the other side of the portal, the veins of resources are starting to dry up. We get one resource.
What do we want?
Fire or stone?
I think a stone.
Okay.
Because the fire. Yeah, stone's coming down. Right. There is a new temporary action available at the fortress. As long you fight one of these servants, you need 2 successes. So it's a soldier check.
I can do that.
But if you get 0 or 1 success, you lose a health.
Oh, ouch.
Right, and this is my go, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, I think I should try and capture an imp,
Okay.
and I'm at 3 dice.
Yep.
Now, I'll tell you what, I might...
Build some
I
stuff.
could
Help.
build the factory first, but actually, I think
Do you
near
want the
3
factory or do you
dice
want
to
the
get one of
temple?
these. I'm thinking of the forge, because these are quite
I
tough.
can't afford the forge or the fire.
We need to get the forge at some point, don't we?
Um,
I've only got 1 stone.
what we're thinking.
I haven't got any fire.
Do we think the temple?
I
Yeah.
think it could be helpful because we can avoid
Okay.
the double arrow.
Okay, we'll build the temple. So that costs 2 furs. So this is my bonus action, which can be taken before your other ones. So we'll build the temple there. And then I've still got my 2 regular actions. First regular action is to capture an imp.
Yeah.
Yep, I have a success. So that is an imp captured.
Good.
And then I have 1 action left.
Build a library.
Oh yeah, because it's been a bonus build. Or another tower.
Get fire for the other big tower.
2 small ones just means if we get something cleared, it then
Yeah,
stays
I
clear.
think the library. We'll build the library. Pop it down here. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Okay. 2.
Free reroll.
If you want it.
Why would you not use it?
We don't want it. We want
Yeah,
them
we probably do. We want to slow things down, don't we?
Yeah.
Stay where we are.
So
So you can reroll that for free.
you can re-roll that for free.
Yeah, that
Yeah, just 1.
gives us more time.
Yeah. Okay, so we have an incident. We lose 1 prestige because of the perilous region, and then you roll to see where the new incident arrives, and you can re-roll this die once as well.
8.
Keep it because that bounces.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, because it's already secure, so we
Yep.
don't get an incident. Nice. Okay, 2 actions.
Let's get that thing cleared before
Take
we
another
get
damage.
it again.
If you stay outside.
I've taken another damage, yeah.
If it's outside, so you can clear that and then move in if you want, or just soak the damage up.
Then you won't be able to use your ability
I
again.
won't be able
will
to
you?
use my ability again until I heal, which is a bit of a waste, isn't it? So I do want to go back in. So maybe I'll go for this, first of all.
Okay, the disturbing cries. A high-pitched wail pierces your eardrums. It is coming from a creature standing next to a large broken eggshell. The baby dragon looks you over with its reptilian gaze.
Oops.
Do you move closer, or do you continue on your way?
How big is it?
This isn't a
It's just
role-play
come out with
game.
an egg.
Yeah,
It's a baby dragon.
Wait, it's a baby dragon.
about an inch
Is
tall.
it an inch? Well, I won't get it with my book. Yeah, I'm going to go and have a look.
The mother's return catches you off guard.
Oops.
You need to make a soldier check.
Oh
You
dear.
only need 1 success.
2 dice.
2 dice because of the barracks.
All right. This will teach me for going poking my nose.
Let sleeping dragons.
Yeah.
roll.
Yay!
You only need 1 success, so you don't need to exert yourself. Success. You make a hasty getaway, taking the empty eggshell with you. Gain 1 treasure.
Nice.
Is that treasure? Okay.
Does that mean I can go immediately into the fort to get away? No. As my second action, I'm going to go in the fort.
Yeah.
Keep safe.
Okay. So you're not affected by the violent storms. Right. Rob's go.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
To the problem. Problem.
I think we're going to get better. There's more chance of it jumping onto ice than
A hard blow. Lol. On number 1.
one. So,
So it goes on number 2.
Number 2.
I'm going to re-roll that actually because I think we need 5 for a few things. So maybe I'll try and get over that side.
Okay.
Well, what does it require?
8.
Oh, no,
8.
it still does it.
So
Never
it
mind.
goes
there
bounces
anyway.
around.
Okay.
So it's a crafting check.
2.
So all the ones that came out in the previous game didn't need 2 successes.
Oh.
Wow.
The village was heavily damaged by a tremblor. That might be a typo.
Tremor, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. It might be a monster.
Tremblor.
Tremblor might be a
Tremblor.
monster.
Could be.
Everyone will have to pitch in.
Yeah. Okay. Could be a monster from the role-playing game. Who knows? Right. Rob's go.
So my first action is going to be to move to region 1. And my second action is to clear one of the perils.
Okay.
Or the
Incidents.
That's it.
Strange footprints.
Strange footprints.
They're so strange.
You follow the footprints to a peaceful clearing. A light breeze rustles the vegetation. You only realise that something is off when the lizard folk attack.
Oh, flame the livers of folk.
Is it a soldier check?
It's a soldier check.
Hey, well, that's
3
good.
dice from me.
3 dice. Apparently, Matt is saying a tremblor is an earthquake.
Like an ankeg.
Okay.
Now that was in D&D last night.
Ankegs are great.
Okay. So what are the
So, success or failure?
Yeah, okay. So you just need 1 success. There you go. You got a
Yes,
success.
success. Your weapon causes the creatures to flee, and you manage to take a souvenir from your attackers. Gain fox fur.
From a lizard. Okay, fair enough.
It's just random animal.
Yeah, animal parts.
Oh.
And then I take damage because,
You're
I'm
outside.
a tough, manly outdoorsman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd cloak it out with that, wouldn't you? Right.
Because right, there's just a light breeze out there.
Let's try and get rid of this then. We don't want this
Light
violent
breeze.
storms, do we?
Hooray.
Now what?
Come on.
It can't get. But it started out as rain. Then
Well,
it was,
what have we had?
then it was a
Bone-chilling wind. Now we've
then
got
it was
numbing cold.
Oh,
Do you
What
shuffle
is it
these?
with you?
Several cases of severe frostbite, not surprised,
Yeah.
are reported among the troops and residents of the fortress. Rangers with 2 health or less at the start of their turn perform their proficient test with 1 less die.
Oh, okay, I've got 3.
You got 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bull.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all quite healthy at the moment, aren't we?
yeah.
Fine.
For that.
No one's joining the Stumpy Fingers Club.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
What have we got?
We are nearing the end of this chronicle. Just to let
Oh,
you know.
oops. Okay.
There's not many cards left.
Right.
So we need to do some more stuff.
Yeah.
How do we get rid of these guys?
We can build the
Fight.
factory.
Yeah, 5, but you need 2 successes.
Forge.
This is an Antoine Bowser cooperative game, so people said, all right, it's like Ghost Stories then. And they went, well, it's hard, but it's not quite as hard as Ghost Stories.
to get the.
I've got that. Well, here, yeah.
Traveller one.
Well, do we need that Traveller icon? We don't. We need
We need
soldier icons.
fight.
And
Yeah,
we
we
need the craftsman icons. Although the craftsman icons, I'm probably okay at getting rid of the imps.
We really there's the fire actually to get the forge built to get more combat ability. We'll have to clear that first to get the flame.
Yeah, which is a craftsman ability for
But
2
you're-
successes.
but
But
you-
if I do it, I've managed to get a free flame,
Yeah,
basically.
that's really worth doing then.
But we
Okay,
want to be able to clear off the instance, don't we, to get the 4 places?
That's it. We've not done any of those goals yet.
We've done one of them.
Oh, no, we have.
We can do one of them right now if we want
So
to.
we can put the goal marker on it.
Yeah, 'cause we've
But
got
if our
this
prestige gets less than 5, do we have to take it off
No,
again?
no. So that's it. That goal is done.
Okay. And if we get one more,
Yeah.
we've got 2 done, that sounds good.
one. So that might be an idea is to go there, move there, try and clear that because you're rolling 2 dice. If you can clear it, you get your ability triggers. That means you get the extra flame.
Yeah, either that or I
Well,
go
then
and
you're
try and
outside.
resolve your problems where you are. And both of us try and clear all them. Once they've got them all cleared and we've got the tower.
You mean the
incidents? Yeah, sorry. Then we can build. We've got the tower ready, but
We've
that's
got
2
the tower,
places
but that's
done.
2.
That'll be it. Yeah, another goal done.
Yeah, so I'm going to move here.
So you go outside and you do
I'm more worried about the demons, but yeah.
this.
Let's leave them alone. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
A twirling will-o'-the-wisp.
Oh.
The tiny creature flickers around your head in a very specific dance. It is wanted to communicate or to bewitch you. So it's a book test.
We've got Glob book, haven't we?
Scholars.
Yep.
3,
We've
haven't
got
we?
3.
And it's just success or failure.
We've
Okay.
got the library.
Well, that's a success.
Yes.
The Will o' the Wisp leads you to a telluric energy spring. You take a restorative break in a peaceful area. Get all your health back.
No, full health anyway.
Yeah.
Yawn.
Thanks very much, mate.
Cheers for that.
Appreciate that. Have something you don't need.
That's done. Right, there's only one left there, so good.
Okay. There we go. Chronicle time. The portal is now behaving erratically and ominously. It expands, distorts, and crackles with toxic flashes. A work on demonology found in the observatory points you towards the only plausible explanation. A major demon is trying to cross over into your world.
Oops.
Right, this is the last card.
Oof.
Is it?
So we have a temporary action, which is to confine the demon to its home dimension. It is a scholar test. We need a number of successes equal to 4, plus the number of servants and imps still on the board.
Wow.
Which is
So we need 8. Each goal that you have completed grants 1 additional success.
Okay.
So we need 8 successes, but we get a +1.
So we need 7. So we need to kill and capture them and do more of this.
As soon as we pass that test, we turn the page and read the success. If the adversity marker makes it back to this space before we've done that, it's game over.
Wow, we've got 1 round to do it.
We've got re-rolls every time, so we can try and get dots
Yeah.
every turn.
The danger
Might get the doubles.
Yeah.
Okay.
But did we say the dot moves it 1?
No,
What-
dot doesn't. Oh, yeah. If
Dot
it's
on the
if
chronicle
it's a
on
dot,
that
we'll
one.
move it 1.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? We've effectively got maybe 1 turn each.
Gosh, get an imp. Get rid of an imp.
My best plan is to capture an imp.
Yeah.
Certainly with 1 action,
Yeah.
capture an imp.
Oh,
I'll spend a provision.
yeah.
Eat some food.
And
We'll
take
lose a health
yeah, worth it.
to capture an imp. Right, that's my first action.
What's our combat skill? 2 dice, isn't it?
Only 2.
When you need 2 successes
Yeah.
to beat one of them, and you can't catch an imp again,
Nope.
but you could build something which might help.
I could build. But I can't build the forge.
I don't think there's anything you can that'd really help. Is there? The tavern, but
I mean, it's all the factory, because we do need the building tests for the imps at least. So
This might be my last. Probably won't be my last turn.
yeah, maybe the factory. Someone else could get rid of an imp then.
I could go for an imp, couldn't I?
yeah, I can
And the factory helps
Because
because
in terms of the number of successes we need, getting rid of an imp. Sorry, I haven't zoomed out. Getting rid of an imp or getting rid of a servant is the same.
Yeah.
yeah, we can't build the forge. We can only build the factory.
And my build is a free action anyway.
Yeah,
Build the factory would give me an extra
Help
die
to-
for the imp.
Well,
Okay.
you can always.
I'm going to try and get rid of one of these because it doesn't matter if I lose.
Yeah.
And I might succeed.
it's a chance.
It's a free action effectively because I'm going to build as a bonus action.
Yeah.
oh,
There you go. 2 successes. Nice.
Can you now still
Fortune
use
favours the
your
brave.
free build?
No. So I should have done that first.
Yeah, I was.
Let's say we would have done that.
Yeah, free
Let's
build
say I
first.
would have
'Cause that
done
was
my
the
free build
danger.
First. Yeah.
Build the factory.
So I built the factory, which increases our prestige. Right. Slight cheat there, but that's fine. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
We didn't have that imp.
I'm good.
Oh, sorry, I need the rolls first.
Yeah. I'm on 2, so that's 0. 1. Oh no, I'm on 3. I'm on 3. It's fine.
Do the
Okay.
It's the start of the turn as well.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
1. So you want to keep it on 1?
Yeah, because we don't want to.
Okay.
There's no perilous regions.
So you want to roll the d8?
Roll the d8.
Okay.
See where we get.
7.
Yeah.
We're happy with 7.
Is that perilous now?
That is now perilous.
Not happy, but yeah. We didn't want it on 1 because that'd be.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
clear 1.
Yeah, that'd have been bad. Okay, 2 actions.
Okay, so-
Possibly your final 2 actions of the game.
Yeah, and I can do both the same. So I can go for imps.
Yeah,
There's only one imp.
Yeah, moved it in there first. Or was that you?
I'm in.
Oh, you're in there.
Yeah, I'm in.
Cool.
So that's 1, 2, 3 die. 3 dice, is that right?
3, yep.
For 1 success?
Yeah.
Hang on. You're a scholar.
I am.
we can't do it now, can we?
No, I thought that was the
Yeah.
scholar after. Well, these all add, don't they?
So what we are at the moment?
I'm
4,
at 4.
5, 6. We need 6 successes, and we get a +1, so we need 5.
And I'm currently on 4.
Yeah.
So
Is that in one go?
in one go.
Yeah,
So we need to
can't
get rid
actually do
of.
it
We
at
need
the
to get
moment.
one more imp.
Okay, right.
But I
yep.
might be able to go. If I get the imp this time, I could try next time.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
imp
You got
gone.
An imp has been captured.
Which in turn,
So now I try.
So you could
So I got 1, 2,
theoretically do
3,
it.
4 dice to get.
-1 from that. Oh, sorry, +1 and -1. So
Yeah, you need 4 successes.
4 successes
On
on
4
4
dice.
dice.
wow.
well, there's nothing else he can do in there. So I might as well just
No,
take the roll.
that's true.
Right. Well, I can do the imp again, but there aren't there.
Isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
You can try combating this guy for 2 dice, can't you?
You could.
I mean, what are the chances of getting 4
But I need
successes?
but I need 2 hits for there.
You need 2 hits.
Yeah, it's probably easier to go, isn't it? That's probably
It sounds like
easier.
you're the only person that actually has the 4 books.
But I am the
So
one
the
with 4
only one
books.
that
Yeah,
actually
I am
does
the one
four.
with 4
Yeah.
books.
4 successes, and we
4
win again.
successes. Here we go. 1.
One.
You got 1.
Okay. My book fizzled.
You don't even track the number of successes. It's just
No, not like
Yeah.
these things.
Right,
you should
okay.
do.
Right,
That's,
roll.
that's harsh, otherwise.
It
you
is.
still plan together and do it, shouldn't you? You happy with 1?
Well, yeah, it's
because we don't want to risk the 2.
yeah. We got to make it as a 2.
Okay.
So.
Problem.
There's a problem. And 1.
In 1.
So it goes to
In 1. Crop failure.
Apt.
This year's harvest was disastrous.
Because of the weather.
The spectre of famine looms over the community. Go there and spend a plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
2
so
actions.
First action: a duel at dawn.
A duel at dawn. You interrupt 2 men crossing blades who are about to draw blood. You try to reason with them before they put their lives on the line. Do a book test.
3.
3.
Do we just need 1 success?
You haven't got 2 or less health, have you? No.
It's success or failure.
Right. Yeah. The grizzled mercenary woodsman is going to try and politely talk down the fighters. And so, wow.
Do you want to grab my books?
Persuaded.
There we go, success. You make them realise how pointless their confrontation is and even manage to convince them to join the fortress garrison, which increases by 1.
Boom, boom. I'm just awesome.
Right. The area is secure,
We have 2 treasures.
And we can each have 2 treasures,
so we can
boom.
spend the 2 treasures, and we've completed a 2nd goal.
Nice.
Okay, so right now
We're not going to get the 3rd goal.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we need to get 3.
You have to clear all of these. And yeah, it's not
In
that.
1 move.
And build another tower.
But everyone can roll at least 3. So we roll.
Yeah.
Don't do it
re-roll
again.
it.
Don't do it again.
Go. We have another event.
What is it? Weather related?
Not weather.
No, we've got a bugbear raid.
Oof. Oh, that's all right then. As long
If
as
the
it's
thing is
not
3
rain.
or less, all rangers lose a health.
It
It's
is
not.
not.
They didn't get in, stupid
The
bugbears.
neighbouring bugbear clans have grown bold and test the fortresses as defences. Right, off you go.
Well,
2
they get eaten
actions.
by these things.
This might be the last turn of the game.
Yes, I might as well move in and roll.
Does he have to move in?
Yeah, you got to be in the fortress to do it.
Okay. Yeah. 3.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Okay,
need 3
off you go.
successes.
So 3 dice, you need 3 successes with no provisions.
Yep. Well, you just did it, so let's see if we can do it again.
Chances are 12.5%. 1 in 8 chance.
It's better than
Off you
Arkham
go.
Horror.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah,
1 success.
1 success.
Because if we'd have had provisions,
We can
could've
re-roll
could re-roll.
as many dice.
but we haven't.
It might be a long time ago.
8 or
Okay,
provisions.
so my go,
Where do you get extra provisions from?
you just rest.
Just resting, you
Rest
get
and
a provision.
provisions. Okay, so if I roll a dot,
You can re-roll it, don't forget.
and I can re-roll it,
Because the devil doesn't matter at this point. You can't re-roll it because the devil doesn't matter. But if we get the dot, we've got 1 more turn.
Oh, yes.
we got a dot.
Oh, yes.
We got a dot.
Okay, so rest.
Rest, and then got to do that one first.
Heavy flooding.
Of course there is. Lose all your
The
provisions.
region of the satrapy is underwater. There is no way to get in or out, and it is completely isolated. Place an X marker on the region indicated on the die. We cannot move in or out of the region. Region 6 is flooded.
Oh dear.
Whatevs. Right.
Slightly bigger problem with the whole demon trying to bite our face.
So, my first action is to rest. Is that right?
Yeah, get a provision. So
This
you
is
can
our
re-roll
only
the
chance.
dice.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got 2 options. You can rest and then attempt 3 dice needing 3s,
Yeah.
or you can do your first action to try and catch the last demon, 2 needing 2 successes, and then 3 dice needing 2 successes to imprison the master demon.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good at the old fighting thing.
You only get 2 dice.
Only 2
So
dice to get
that's
2
probably
successes.
my best chance.
You can reroll as many dice as you like.
Is there anything
yeah.
I can build? I've got a free build.
A tower.
A tower?
It's not going to do
If
anything
you've got
for
a
us, is
plant,
it?
that's it. Yeah.
So,
All we've got is 1 plant, 1 treasure.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, right, here we go then. For the win,
okay.
3 dice needing 3 dice plus 2, -1, and needing
3
So
successes.
I need 3 successes.
Yeah.
3 successes. Is there any other buildings we could have built that would have given us another?
No,
No.
we bought all 3 books.
No.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Luckily, we
But if we
sort of
got
prepared for
rid
that.
of that,
Yeah, if we got rid of that, it would
or
help.
if we'd have done the other goal,
Yeah.
right.
Right, we'll keep the one for
So
the
I'm going
health,
to
I
keep
guess.
that. I'm going to spend the provisions to re-roll these 2.
Come on.
So close.
Okay.
So
50 on the
close.
dice?
It's
Is, isn't
50.
it?
Yeah. There's 3 blanks.
Okay.
3 blanks on a dice. Okay. It's not all over.
Until
We have about a 20% chance that you're going to roll a dot with a re-roll.
The reroll.
the reroll is.
No.
Ah.
So it goes to there.
The extra book guy would have been very
Oh
good.
no,
for
I
that,
would have
wouldn't
done. I could have done one.
We're a turn away from winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could have done a.
The ritual
one
is a
rest.
failure. A black claw rends the fluid wall out of the dimension door. A colossal figure emerges. It sends you into nothingness, accompanied with a profound look.
it? Oh,
That is
but
a-
at least he comes out and kills
we
us all.
are a turn away
Yeah.
from winning because you would have
I
rolled
would
4
have
dice.
had 4 dice for 3 successes.
You could have got provision first.
with a
yeah.
re-roll
Rested
first.
with a reroll.
Yeah.
I
Or
think
you could have tried to do it twice because you're actually.
Or I could have tried it twice on
so it
4.
was close.
Yeah.
That was on the hard setting.
So
Oh, so close.
I'm out in the forest when I see a 40-foot tall demon appear in the fort, and I just tiptoe slowly
Just
away.
walk away into the woods.
Now I just saw that. Jeremy's just popped in. Thank you for joining in, Jeremy. He's popped in. He's using the MVM account because Jeremy Howard from Man vs Meeple and other stuff has played it, and he said it didn't grip him. And Jeremy has played 4 of the Chronicles, so I have my thoughts on this. This is my 4th game, all using the initial scenario. But because this isn't a sponsored video, we can all say whatever we want. Initial impressions of the game. How long have we got? What time is it?
Ages.
9:15?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've got ages.
Loads of time.
So who wants to go first?
I can, if you like. It was fun. I felt quite restrictive in the things that you can do. 2 actions, and then, yeah. And it was done very quickly, your turn, and there was not much you could do in compared to other kind of games. The cards are fun. And the little choices, I wanted more of that. 3 or 4 actions a turn
Yep.
would have been better. You can at least then you can do some more things. It just felt your turn was over before it even begun. But it's still fun.
Paul?
Yeah, same really. Was fun. I thought the buildings. There were only 3 buildings that we could do for the books. Presumably there were 3 for
Yeah,
the fighting.
3 for each.
Yeah. And we maxed those out, and as it happened, obviously the Chronicle needed that.
Yeah.
But had we not maxed out that and we went for armour,
But then we were close anyway, weren't we?
we were close. Yeah, I guess we were close. Yeah, it was fun. Enjoyed it. I think, as Rick said, these are good, and more of them. 2 actions. You're right. There's too much downtime, I think, for 4, because you don't get to do much.
You move, you do one thing.
Because you do need to move.
Yeah, if
Unless
move was
I
free-
just pump up one of these, which is pretty boring, isn't it? The whole game. But that would have perhaps allowed us to clear maybe one more
Not
section.
being able to do a double action means you can't even just stay in one place and try
Yeah.
and do a lot. So it's okay. I've played. I feel I've played better sort of cooperative games like this.
And that double arrow dice is a bit of a
There's
killer.
A bit too much
Lose a
randomness
turn.
on this. That if you get a few of those doubles,
Yeah.
the game can be over before you
Yeah.
can win.
Yep.
Yeah, the double arrow can be harsh.
I don't like a game
there's-
where you can do everything right
Yeah.
and you can't win because you rolled 4 double arrows in a row, and as such the game's ended 3 turns earlier than
What's
otherwise
that
might have.
Arkham Horror card game card that no one likes is the one which adds a doom.
Evils, yeah.
Ancient Evils add a doom to the thing. I thought, well, we all lost a turn. Thanks. Brilliant. That's all it is.
It's lighter than I thought it would be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
quite light.
Yeah.
But I suppose they
I
get more
mentioned at the start,
complicated.
I think it's a family plus game. I think you could play this with families who have played other games, not as a first game, probably, but
It's very simple tests, isn't it?
The weather kind of stalled out our plans for it.
It
That
did.
didn't help.
yeah, lost a turn.
Crazy
from
weather.
from the crazy event cards we've obviously had. So I think I liked it probably more than everybody else, but that's because it's an hour and a quarter.
Yeah.
If this was a 3-hour game, I wouldn't play
Yeah.
it. Right? It's an hour and a quarter, and the other scenarios would be about an hour and a half. I get that two actions feels restrictive, but it goes quick.
Yes.
And that was our first game.
Well, there's
If
only
we
an
played
hour.
again,
and
it'd
10
be an
minutes.
hour.
Yeah.
And I think if it was 3 actions, it wouldn't work. There'd be more downtime with 3 actions. I think 2 actions is right.
Do you reckon move as free
No.
and then 2
No,
actions?
I think move, do something, done, your go. It keeps it quick, it keeps it fast paced. The pace of the scenario is tight.
Yeah.
I mean, if we all rolled the single arrow in a 4-player game, you get 1 turn before the Chronicle advances. But that's the pace of the game. And but the first time I played it, I was like, well, wait a minute. I want more time to do stuff. I don't feel that I've got enough time.
But we nearly did it.
But having played it 4 times, it is right. It feels like it's going too fast, but it's actually, you do have the right amount of time.
It's when people play Arkham for the first time, they think, I'm running out of time, there's only 4 rounds,
yeah,
I
I've
can't
never
do
done
it.
this.
But then after you played it a few times, okay, I'm always going to the top, because you work out how to do it.
The other thing is it's roll to resolve. Now, it's roll to resolve with a little bit of mitigation, but as I say,
Not much
for an hour
mitigation.
and a quarter game, I don't mind it. I will happily play the other Chronicles of this. I'm not going to play each one 3 or 4 times. I'm not going to say this is like one of the best games of the year, but I think it's nice, and I think it fits in that 90-minute family plus game with. I mean, the production quality is great, and there's nice little stories on the cards
I love
that
these.
you read and things like
Yeah.
that. That's really nice, and you're rolling dice for the skill tests. And I think Jeremy made a point on a Facebook group. A lot of it is skill tests, which are dice rolling, but that's the game.
I'd
That's how it
say
is.
I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it's my kind of
No,
game.
no.
For these sorts of corporate things, I like it a lot heavier. I like
Yeah.
a lot, more stuff going on. So it's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination.
It fits into that.
not. Yeah, it doesn't fit within my Venn diagram of
Yes.
enjoyable games.
I might like the story bits. That's the fun bits. And I'd be interested to see what the other Chronicles do.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, once I've done that one now, though,
Would you do that one again?
would I do that one again?
'Cause that's the 4th time, and I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It'll still be fun.
Because even though I knew, so when you gave me the choice and you mentioned building the library, I was like, oh yeah, I'll build the library, because I knew the last test was going to be this.
Books.
Yeah, I suppose
Okay,
that
but
helps you, I guess.
didn't go, we need to build the library. I kind of let somebody else mention it, and then went, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Well, I was being greedy because I have books.
Yeah, I think you can replay a scenario that you've already played, and although you wouldn't get the experience of, experiencing it for the first time, it's still playable.
Definitely. But that's true of most scenario-based games, isn't it?
Most. Yeah.
You can just play them again because
Yeah.
it's going to come out different.
So
All the stories are likely to be different.
Yep.
The problems are going to be different.
Yeah, these are definitely.
And there are a bundle more characters to play
Yeah.
with different abilities.
The dragon scenario is really interesting. Excellent. And you don't need to play the scenarios in order. So
So,
if we play it again, we can play the dragon scenario.
does this scale to different players then?
It is 2 to 4 players,
Right.
and I was having this discussion with myself yesterday, and with 3 players, you start with 1 of the buildings built,
Right.
and with 2 players, you start with 2 of the buildings built.
If you didn't know this and you didn't have Conrad, who's got the extra book, you've made it harder for yourself for the final test.
The first time you play it, possibly,
Yeah.
and then the next time you play, you'll pick a character with that.
Right.
But as I say, you don't need a character with that. If you can get rid of all of the things and do all 3 goals,
Yeah, fair enough.
you only need
Yeah.
4
I
successes.
suppose that's a
We were
combat.
pretty close to doing
that's
something.
4 successes and you're at a +3.
Yeah.
So you only need 1, and you could build the buildings. You don't need the character. The character gives you a...
I suppose, that was that test, and we had a character with that. That was the getting rid of the imps was the building test. Just this character didn't have any of the final things
Yeah,
to
the
do.
traveller
I never-
icon in this game was probably a weak one. Mm-hmm. And if we played this again now and said, look, let's change things and play it again, you might want to swap your character for another book character.
Yeah.
Or another soldier character to get rid of these when these come up.
Uh-huh.
Or something like that. And as I say, there's the customisable difficulty levels. So apparently these are just flavour. So I don't think it's that much harder, that one, to do than the previous one.
I mean, it didn't. We got 2 of the 3. I mean, getting that third one would be
Yeah.
really hard.
The group that I played this afternoon only got 2 out of the 3, and they played on medium.
Yeah, I doubt we wouldn't have been able to get 3 of them.
Yeah, well, there's
in any
the
shape, form.
easy and the moderate.
Just pop them on, just so we can see him. So that's the hard one.
Yeah, so they all require securing 4
do they?
territories.
Yes, which is
Wow.
really hard.
So even on easy.
And you could play it solo, but I don't think you could play it solo with 1
You need 2 characters.
character. I mean, you could,
Double-handing it.
but I think you double.
But here, the observatory comes out.
But I suppose you have
Exactly.
loads
You're
of
going to
turns.
get that anyway.
For the
aren't
easy
you?
one, the observatory is already built.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this scenario,
Spend a leaf.
Secure the first region and you're done.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to get all 3 goals requires securing 4 regions, which is hard to do.
Yes, very hard.
Really
You've
hard to do.
really got to focus on it from the word go.
Yeah.
And then also make sure you get back in time to wipe out everything that's lurking in
Yeah.
there. So.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So yeah, I definitely want to play some of the other ones and see what they're like. They're a bit longer, they're a bit more involved, but I don't
This
think
is
they're
only
any
the starting one.
I don't think they're any more complicated. There's a whole bunch of extra components which are off screen, which you haven't seen. And there's some extra components that I've hidden.
Different
in front as well.
cards and stuff.
Like the dragon.
It's a dragon? Right, I want to
There
play
is a
that.
dragon. Yeah, we'll play the dragon scenario next.
I mean, this game has dragons in it, so I'm going to like
It
it.
does have dragons in.
Yeah, it's not set in space. But...
Right, okay, we're all done. Thank you very much for joining us. We are going to be back in, well, about 40 minutes' time, actually.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. We can
play again.
We can play again. We're going to be doing Capital Lux 2 in 40 minutes' time. So if you're interested in that, we're going to be doing a playthrough of that on the channel in 40 minutes' time. Come back and join us then. We'll see you soon. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.